Welcome back to an episode. We are again in the camp, and this episode will all be about talking to people and doing this next level up that's coming up. So once that's done, we may do some selling. Actually, I really have to do something with my inventory. It's just far too many items. That's just insane. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's sort it by weight real quick. The thing is, the gold is one of the most heaviest things in here. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So that's roughly 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 70 units of weight. Roughly. And then there are some exceptions, of course. Okay, I really do have to do something about that. Now it's just insane. Okay, now let's just talk to a Volo real quick.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are welcome.
I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company.
Nice. Now, how did you find that camp anyway?
Finding is my job, my friend. If there's anything in the world worth knowing, I assure you, I do.
How is that? Now, what do you know about mind flayers?
Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know? Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close.
I found one of them. And the parasites, do you know anything about them?
As a matter of fact, I do. But why do you?
Well, personal reasons. Not only have I encountered the mind flayer, I've killed one. Kind of. Why are we so dirty right now? That's kind of weird. Oy. We kind of look as if something is affecting us. A mind flayer planted one of their larvae in my brain.
That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now.
Exactly. Tell me more about that.
I can't attest to the specifics, but I do know that not long after insertion, the host, that's you, turns into a mind flayer. As there's not a tentacle on your head, I can only assume you haven't been infected.
Interesting. But if only your disbelief could alter facts here.
If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flayer? Ridiculous. Isn't it?
Well, examine me. Find out for yourself. Okay. Of course, utterly ridiculous. Nah, that's aside. You should keep your distance from me. Nah, that's not it. But he can definitely do, well, maybe some tests. Let's just not let it go too far.
Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim.
So, Doctor, what's it all about?
If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, dear sweet gods!
No one rid of this thing by any means necessary. Okay, quit the shouting. Can you help?
I mean, yes. I suppose I can. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted.
Perfect. Volo has decided to remain in your camp. Having such a learned scholar nearby might be useful. And we got ourselves the Blazer of Benevolence. Ooh. Another one of those nice armor pieces. Remedial rhymes. When you inspire an ally using bardic inspiration, you gain 4 temporary hit points. But I am not a bard. Volo is a bard. Let's see. Can I... Wasn't there an option to take... There you go. Toggle group height? Nope. Group mode? Party view? No, that was not it. There we go. No, Volo is not part of the team yet, which makes it a wee bit iffy. But anyway, let's just continue talking to him. Maybe he has found out something.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Right, now, has your research turned up anything that might help with this parasitic problem?
Not yet, I'm afraid. But my expectations are very, very high.
I do too. Now, does he... Oh, look at this. You can actually trade something off of him. Nice. The thing is... Oh, his discount is actually positive, which is not nice. An ancient scroll. I can only add this item. I mean, he was a trader before. Blessed Mercy. When you heal a creature, gains plus 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws, which is actually quite nice. Just have to help these fellows all the time now. Acid damage. Nice scroll thingy. Actually, like, what would happen if I just play through the game as a scroll user? Like, you can only do so... Wait a minute. Okay, Featherfall is a special one, but most of those aggressive-ish kind of scrolls use up an action anyway, so there's not much difference between scroll use and an attack use or whatever. It has the same impact. The only difference is either you have learned those spells on a character, or you use them bound on a scroll and you have to just buy your way into them. Kind of like arrows, actually. Do we have any arrows on him, though? Doesn't look like it. Well, that chisel set. Well, that is nice. Oh, and another supply pack. I don't know if I should buy supply packs or not. I mean, I do have a decent amount of food available anyway. That one would be quite nice to have. Okay, Scroll of Chompers. It's also nice that we now have a merchant directly in our camp, which means I do not need to go to other places in order to do trading, which is quite nice, actually. And as long as he has some nice scrolls on him, everything would be fine. There's just one teensy-weensy issue. He doesn't have any arrows, and I like to use arrows for their bonus effects and whatnot, which is quite nice. But yeah, look at this. The piercing damage is just normal attacks. The 1d10 plus 4 is basically this thing. And then we have an additional effect, the 2d4, which is that. Now the big question is which one does more damage. Like it's 7 to 22 if you just use this one. I would really like to know how much... Yeah, how expensive one of those arrows is in particular. Okay, 2 of those. 8. 16? Well, that kind of makes sense. Right. Okay, and that's 4. But this is just the selling price. It has nothing to do, huh? Potion of Animal Speaking? Well, that's nice. But don't I have, like, some mind-reading potions sometimes? Think so. Whatever. The Scroll of Mirror Image is also quite interesting. Sadly, it does use an action. I think there was a feat that lets you use scrolls as long as you don't have any item in your offhand or something like that. Or was it? I don't know. I think it... Yeah. It was definitely in another game where, like, using consumable items is just a little easier there. Righty. Now, what am I gonna do with all of my items? So, what about Willy, though?
Well met.
What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
Well, it's one of those djinn stories, basically. They usually go like that, and like there's a genie in a lamp, and you wish something, but the way the wish is granted always has some unexpected consequences. Same with those devil stories. And yeah, it kind of just depends on the people, like what they believe they have to pay, right? But then the interpretation on the other side, in this case the side of the demon or the djinn, is slightly different. It's also very, very, very interesting. Now, with the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Wyll? We can learn from their fairy tales, don't you think? Well, a lot kind of depends. I mean, Raphael, we should at least consider his offer, given our circumstances. Well, consider, yes. Spare me the parables. I have no intention of bargaining with them likes of him, sure. Interesting coming from someone who's already been ensnared by a devil. That's actually quite interesting, because aren't warlocks supposed to summon up demons to make a pact with them? So the initiative comes not from the devil, but from the warlock. So in the end it's the same result, but the one starting the interaction is always a different one. With the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil?
Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost will be too great.
Don't worry, I have no intention in a devil's deal. He spoke of a cure. We have at least hear him out, yes. The cost is too great if it rids me of the... Well, the thing is always in the specifics, right? In this case, it must have been a misunderstanding. Well, must have been. It's definitely a misunderstanding of the farmer and the devil, right? Because if he would have known from the get-go, right, the contract wouldn't have happened. But this is basically the thing. It's deception, right? So it's not really a contract that should be obeyed at all. Because contracts usually are very clear. If they are a bit written on a wishy-washy side, right, with a little bit of leeway and whatnot, so that it depends what your interpretation of it is, right? One might say, okay, it's apples, and the other one might say, oh, it's the daughter, right? And the third one might even say something different. So if that is the result of interpretation, then the contract may just be faulty as a whole, right? And may not even happen. Because it's not only the cost that the farmer has to pay, it's also like the service that the demon provides, right? Because that can also be something different. So, whatever. Don't worry, I have no interest. Well, it kind of depends how Raphael is actually doing. He spoke of a cure, we have to at least hear him out. Yes, because then we may just get the cure ourselves.
Take a single step towards him, and he'll dog you the whole journey. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
But what if we are the bigger devil? Alright. And of course we have disapproval now. It's always disapproval.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, I'm talking. It was a pity your lesson in the weave ended so soon. I was enjoying our moment alone. Do you think about us being like... Well, that is one of those romancy things again. I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me about in your story. If you ever feel the Netherese magic overtaking you, what will you do? Okay, what about the mighty lord then?
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mystra, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
Interesting. So in this case, it's like absolute control over something, makes it impossible for that thing to work. Like, very interesting. You can also consider this as like the free market interpretation. Like a free market only works if it is free. The more rules you have to follow, the more balls are there in the way, the less free it is, and the less, well, and the less it works, the less potent it will be. So at that moment in time, all magic was gone? What?
For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mystra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mystra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
Is it? You can also think of the weave as some kind of border thingy, right? So if in this case, like the Mystra or Mistral, that is more like an emergent property of the weave, meaning that it flows in and it creates that god. And once you try to control it, you control the weave, and then the weave is no more and the god is no more. The thing just disappears. So it's like just pushing water away, like a tide, like ebb and flow kind of thing. They just go away, but once they come back again, the water is there and can be used for shipment. Yeah, it's actually kind of like that. If you want to use a ship, you use it on the ocean. You don't control the ocean, you use it the way it is, with everything it has. It was a pity, Listen. No. If you ever feel that there is magic overtaking you, what will you do?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Well, join me, why don't you? There's plenty of adventure to be had. Absolutely. Except for the fact that my squad is already full.
There's room for adventure, but no room for me, it seems. You have your fair share of followers already.
Yeah, because more than 4 seems to be too many. Why can't you just use a whole army? Like, the more people you get, the more people you can control, right? That would be quite interesting. You're not limited to just 4 on a squad. In this case, yeah, actually, it would make for, I don't know, maybe even a more interesting game. In terms of, like, character connection, right? So it's easier, the more, or the better the relationship between you and your squad is, because then they just are there, they're not going to disappear, and you can use them in fight, right? On the other hand, if they're not there anymore, you have to sort to other measures. You have to maybe hire some mercenaries or whatnot, so the fighting itself gets more expensive, and maybe you have to even pay them on a recurring basis. So it's not just this friendship and goal-seeking kind of incentive that they have, but it's more gold-seeking incentive. So mercenaries have to be paid with gold. That's why it's so expensive, and that's what the problem will be. But you can always hire them, right? So there's always a way out. But when it comes to, like, these guys here, they all have their own little stories, their own little goals that they want to reach. Like, one has a demon problem, one has a magic problem, like, one has an infernal engine problem, one has an artifact problem, and one has a blood problem, another one has a mind flayer and, I don't know, queen-ish kind of problem, and we have our own little problem, and everyone is just getting along because somehow all of those problems point in the same direction. And also this Volo dude, that one just tags along. So, what about Lizelle?
We get along quite well, I think.
Speak.
There. I'm ending. Nope. Wait for me in camp. Nope. And I am encumbered because I got myself an armor that I can't do anything with.
Need something?
Yeah, tell me about your his. Yeah, we got this one. So about you petting me, you can feed at me. No. Does he
Why
have?
do you insist on exhuming the past?
Because I have a
I
shovel on
was a
me.
slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
There's a little bit of hate coming through him right now. It's definitely not going to help him in the long run. Because what if that vampire lord just kind of lowered his control on him a little bit? And that's why he is free. Right? What if that's the thing here? What if he's not actually free, but he's let free at the moment? And this is how he gets played around with. He's still some kind of pet, just on a very, very, very long leash. So, but you know, and we move on. So, of course, those who... yeah, wait a minute. Shadowheart.
Copper for your thoughts.
More gold-like. Nope. My inventory is full and I can't do anything about that, and I really want to know how to solve that.
Something the matter?
Why can't I carry more? Well, actually, it's of course I can't carry more. I have a very heavy armor set on me, which weighs a little bit, and because it weighs a little bit, I have to do something about it. Like usually, yeah, this is the thing. This is why certain builds make more sense than others, or are more coherent, right? So if you are a fighter, a melee fighter, whatever, some kind of knight-ish kind of thing, that uses strength, then you can carry more items because it scales with strength, but you also need to use the additional weight in order to carry your own armor, right? So in the end, you can carry a little bit more, but you have to use that carrying more in order to carry your own armor. This is how the whole thing is offset. So when it comes to like mages and so on, they don't have to carry that much weight because they only have like robes and whatnot. So that's actually kind of interesting. So that means that barbarians, characters that do not need armor, that scale a little differently, or maybe monks or whatnot, that have a lot of weight, that have a lot of strength to carry things, but don't need to carry armor, or to equip armor in this case, are the ones that benefit the most from strength stats. That's actually very interesting. So using a stat without using it completely, or like foregoing its cost, might be a good thing to use. So what about intelligence? What about wisdom? What about all of the other stats? What about dexterity, right? How? Or like charisma. Like charisma is also a very interesting thing there. It is not just something that is good for combat with a charisma magic. It is also good when it comes to interactions with other characters. I don't know how... Oh, and dexterity also has a bonus effect, right? The whole stealing kind of thing, the sneaking around stuff, the disarming traps, the lock-picking things. Like, this is something that benefits from a greater amount of dexterity. I just don't quite know how intelligence might be beneficial when it comes to the game, right? It's more like skill checks, like religion, history checks, or nature checks, whatever. This might be more interesting. The other one might just be with the willpower stuff, that it is good for alchemy, crafting, and whatnot. But I do not know how this actually would benefit from a higher roll. I still think you're keeping something for... Yeah, of course.
You've already pestered me with your notions once today. If I have something to add, I'll tell you.
Right. That's just one teensy-weensy issue. She's always in camp, which is no fault of her own, but still. So, let's see. Let's open this one up. This is all of our alcohol and stuff. This is where the camp supplies go, right in there. And we are... This one goes up. Can I go like Control A? No. That doesn't quite work. So we are going to do this. gonna do that. And we move all of this in there. Perfect. Now Lizelle can... Oh, you can carry so much now. That's amazing. What about that one? There's another one. Goes in there. Do we have... No. The vampire is carrying his own little thingies. And right now his inventory is actually quite well held. Sweet. So... What about... let's see... Was it this one? Yeah. Where's the Githyanki armor, by the way? Oh, I think I know where it is. It's already in the stash somewhere, isn't it? Or maybe it's not Portrait of Even Mans. Let's just move that one around. The glowing shield, loving protection, yada yada yada. Was it? No, wait. All of those. There you go. Portraits are over there. Here. The thing is, Even Metz. There's a red prince. That's Sibyl. That's the loot for Lowe's. That's actually the dwarf, but I don't know how to find his picture. Or like portrait if there isn't any. I don't know if there's any items for Even Metz in here or not. Okay, wait a minute. Are those all of the characters, or have I missed one of them? Were these all of them? I think there are more. Maybe I've missed out some of those. I mean, there's like the Red Prince and this one. Then we got Fane also in the team and the custom character. And then Sebel and Lois were always in the... And Ethan, actually. Yeah, that was Ethan. Yeah. Those three were always on the ship. Anyway. Let's just close that one. Exactly. That is for all of the... gems. Let's move them over here. There you go. And the big question is, where have I placed the Githyanki armor? Okay, let's see. Maybe I have to look for equipment. This one is equipped, sure. Githyanki armor. Equipped by Lizelle, sure. Ah, there. Half plate. That is not necessary there anymore. And the cultist brand, which I have absolutely no clue how to use that. Let's open this up again. So... Oh, no, wait. Huh. Righty. Let's see. Sorted by type. There. Why am I unable to find that armor in that inventory? Something. I don't know where it was, but now it's here again. Alright, so this is just normal armor, but pretty good. So let's just move that over here. As you can carry a bunch more items. The cultist brand, I'm just going to, I don't know, keep it carrying along. Maybe I can do something with it. The one torch will be here for an eternity, once per short rest. If you are below so much, gain hit points. Yes. Great axe. The thing is, those armor pieces are actually quite nice. It's just that, what else can I carry? Or maybe it's just the amount of gold that's the problem. No, it's just sheer amount of items. I have too many on me. And I have to get rid of some, especially the loot. Yeah, all of those instruments. I don't need that many. Maybe I need to pick up like another one of those pouches or like bags or whatnot. Camp supply, backpack. Maybe I have to use the backpack for it. So, what about the rest? That one weighs a little bit. That one weighs an awful lot more. But again, consumable stuff, same thing. The dye, yes. Actually, the dye is nice to have, but it's not really necessary, so let's just move that somewhere else. Elixir poison, yada yada yada, poison, fire resistance, da 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 da. Hadidit. Glorious, what is this? Drink to jump more, or to jump further. That's great. Ah, and that one. It's a nice armor, but we don't need it. It's a nice light armor, actually, so Astarion would benefit from this. The thing is, Astarion is not a bard, and I do not intend to turn him into a bard, so the answer is no. Halsin's pipe, that might be quest related. Don't know about the holy water. Like this. Oh, Idol of Saloon. Where have I? No, it's not. It's just any kind of Idol of Saloon, and just carry that around with me. I really want to know where all of this weight is coming from. The keys, maybe. That pouch. It's quest related. No, we're gonna keep that. But look at that. Like something in here is weighing heavily, it seems. 0.05. So something in here is heavy. Ah. The Lump War Horn and the Necromancy of Fae. And of course all of those Mind Flare parasites, but 5 weight isn't that much. Maybe it's just the armor that I have to kind of get around of. Iffy. How am I gonna do that? Let's just save real quick. And that was the item thingamajig. Let's let this stuff be the way it is. I don't need to carry all of those items around with me at all times. Fleeting fire, running, jump once per turn. After the warrior dashes or takes a similar action, they can jump without using bonus actions. Yes, there's the whole nature thing. I mean, it's kind of cool that you have nature bonuses and so on, but the warrior's intellect score to 17. The enchantment has no effect if it's already there. The dagger. I mean, I don't need the dagger. Smooth start at the moment of... The thing is, I just have an awful lot of items on me that I don't really use, which means I can throw them in somewhere else. Yeah, let's see. If there were whatever, let's just move that up here. This is also the absolutes thing. Saloon, whatnot. This one doesn't weigh that much. I can just get rid of this. It's kind of annoying. Same thing with this thing here, with the evil protection. And bolstering smite when you apply a condition with one of your smite spells. I don't know where the smiting stuff is actually coming from, but this is a nice helmet to sell. Let's see. What else we got? Spider stuff immune, and your movement speed is not affected by web surfaces. This is very specific. We may not need that anymore. Then the dagger can be thrown. Smooth start, it's nice to have, but not necessary. You gain +2 to armor class as long as you are not wearing armor or holding a shield. Wait a minute, so... Yeah, who's not wearing any armor and who is... Wait a minute, what would happen if the key half plate is not there? That's like 11. No. The thing is, the braces of defense, they're kind of cool, but the thing is you use them in order to get your armor high enough to be useful, but at the same time you lose the possible effect of your gloves if you use them in combination with the armor, right? So it's a strange payoff. What else we got? Dancing light thing. Yeah, that's also something that can be thrown at. Then what about this one? Soothing songs. When you inspire an ally using bardic... Ah, another bardic thing. Where did I place the first bard armor? Over here. Remedies. So... that was not what I wanted. That's bard stuff. The loot's gonna go over here. This is it. Wait a minute, you can do that much nicer. Right, so that one moves over here. This is some interesting armor pieces. It's 11. Yeah, this is just armor stuff. This is absolute stuff. It should be considered something else. It's bards. That's weapon. That's weapons. At the start of your combat, there's also movement. All of this is somewhat movement related. Very interesting. Bolstering smite. That's more like cleric things. It's like damaging things. Running and jumping once per turn. Yes, that's also a movement thing. Like this one here. Kind of the same. The dancing light stuff is... I don't know what good this one could be. Warding hands. When you use your channel oath spell, you gain heroism. Oath is like paladin stuff. We don't use paladin, but maybe smite is one of those spells that works like that. Spellforged sword. Well, that's cool and all. Oh, it's a finesse weapon. How interesting is that? 5 to 10. We have a rapier. A little bit less. The only good thing about it, though, is that... Well, wait a minute. It has... Oh, interesting. It has a narrower range of damage. Like one is a 1d6 plus 4 and the other one is a 1d8 plus 3. Very interesting. I could actually try to equip that weapon and use it. And as a result of the weapon enchantment, the +1, we actually get... yeah, the weapon receives a +1 bonus to attack rolls and deals +1 bonus damage. That is actually quite interesting. I have to see how the damage changes, like +5 and 4, 11. Right? That should be a +6 then, afterwards. Yes, +6 and 5, 10. So the damage range is a bit more narrow, yes. But the attack roll is higher, so the chance of hitting is also higher. Wait a minute. And how does the thing change when it comes to... No, it does not alter the attack rolls of ranged weapons. That would have been nice, though. Yeah. We're gonna keep the steel-forged sword. That's quite nice. It just looks more like a dagger and less like a sword. Okay, what am I gonna do with the rapier? It's gonna be placed in here for safekeeping. And poisonous robe. When the Ra casts a spell that deals poison damage, it deals an additional +1 for poison. I mean a spell, yes? So if we use a something else, it wouldn't quite work that way, would it? So what about this one? This is the intelligence thing. That's actually something very, 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 very useful. I should actually keep this around just in case. The nature thing, I don't know. I mean, nature is kind of cool and all, but the problem is I never know when to make good use of it. That is the issue. So what do we have here? Bracers. You gain when you have no armor. They're kind of cool, but they do take their weight on me. So what about this? This is just movement speed, weapons. This is smite stuff, this is absolute stuff, this is bard stuff, this is poisonous stuff. And this is rolling things. Right, and what about that? This is one special stress if you are below Yeah, this is... as long as you don't have any shield. Like, this is just so annoying. Like, why can't you just use the shield? Anyway. I should keep Chimera's locket in here, just in case I need to sacrifice it. Same as that one. They don't weigh that much, so let's just keep that one around. And what else we have? 81. What about that? How much is it? 1.34. I can keep the scrolls on me. There won't be any issues with that. Keychain, also not an issue. What am I gonna do with all of those mind flare specimen? I mean... I don't know if they ever come useful or not. Like Lump's Warhorn. That could be somewhat... just that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to move that up here. When it comes to all of those notes and whatnot, shipments, orders, they don't weigh much. Again, Githyanki map. 5 anecdotes, goblin drawings. That one again. Yeah, the heavy stuff is the mind flare thing, but I don't know if I should keep this on me or not. Now let's just do that. And what about... No, wait a minute. This was the item backpack, and now I have to do something with the ingredients thing. Do we have a backpack or a pouch somewhere that we can use? Do I have a pouch inside a pouch or something? No. Somehow I never thought about picking up pouches and the like. Sadly. Okay, I have to do something with the alchemy thing, because this is, it seems, the one that weighs the heaviest on me so far. And of course all of those metal things, like gold ingot, silver ingot. Yeah, gold and silver ingots, they are like... Yo, wait a minute, they are valuable, yes. Valuable stuff goes in... Oh, that's also a thing. Goes in here, look at that. That goes in here, that's a gold ingot, that goes somewhere further down. And what are we gonna do with this? That's like weapons and the like, but... there's like some flails and whatnot, but yeah, this is a nice weapon. This is a weapon. That's also a weapon, and it's like 512, 5 whatnot. It's actually quite interesting. Like, yeah, because it's a light crossbow, it scales differently. So let's move that one in there. Then we also have a light crossbow in there like that. I could barbarian gloves. Nope. Simple boots, slave mine. Don't know what to do with that though. Oh, alchemist's fire can be used. Alchemist's fire. Look at that. Yep, that thing is heavy. The candles, not so much, but alchemy, fire, and water. That stuff weighs heavily. And the dagger. Why do I still have a dagger on me? Makes no sense. That one goes over here. And 2 wares. And the trap disarming tool. Yeah, let's just keep a few of them on ourselves, just in case. What about this? A sponge. Using this will clean off dirt. Yeah, same for the soap. May come in handy at one point in the future, but I do never know when that future will happen. What else we got? We have like simple boots, Karlach's boots, Karlach and Barbarians, like the same. Leather armor, right click, pick up and add to wear, it's the same thing. And the simple, that was not what I wanted. So, okay, I don't need to do anything with torture. Yeah, maybe 1 torch is enough. So let's see if I do this. And we're going to move this all the way over here. And this become wares. Right, then we have a chainmail. 16? Oh, heavy armor. Heavy chainmail. It's like this kind of stuff. Let's just move that around and that around. That's an interesting weapon. And carafes of water. For some reason they are just there. Do I need 2? I mean, one of them might be enough, right? The others can be placed in here. Carafe of water again. I don't really use that many like alchemy fire thingies, so let's just halve them and place the other ones in here. Right, and this one is a gold ingot thingy again. And another shield for... Do I have shields in here? I have 1 shield here. Yeah, I don't think I need that many more shields, so that one can be placed right here as well. And when it comes to like water and the like, let's just... She only needs 1 water if anything, so let's move that over there. And that one will be placed where's as well. Unbloody believable. Craft of water goes over here too. And I think that is pretty much it. Yes. So that's that. Don't know what to do with all of those. Opa, what the? It's very interesting how the whole thing tries to get its own positioning correctly. Good. I think I pretty much got it all. That one can be cleared. Do we have any dye though? D-I-E. D-V-E. No. Okay. Good. I think that's it. We can still carry a little bit more, a few more items. That should be okay. What about... what about wares? Yes. This one and this one will be placed around here. This one and this one will be placed around there. Oh! Look at this. More carafes of water and things. Maybe she has a few carafes of water too. Bottles of water there. Everything except one. Same here. And that one can again be halved. Okay. Then we have like this and this. Right. Not busted. So we have a heavy stone and a not busted, and all of them are somewhat different. And again, water. Water, 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 water. Awful lot of water. Interesting. So let's just open this up again real quick. Was it this one? Yes. So let's move all of that water in here. She doesn't have that much water. What about Astarion and water? Not gonna happen. Some more water here. Multiple kinds of water of every imaginable sort. Okay, what else? And wait a minute. Shovels, friend finder. And this one. Okay, so we have a friend finder shovel and something else, but a divorce. Oh, that one is also a thing. I totally forgot. Oh, and that one will be placed here. Large bottle. I mean, the large bottle is one of those things that's considered to be a what was it? Not equipment, potion. What is it? An alchemy thing. Scrolls, potion, equipment, potions, maybe? I don't know. No. What I'm looking for is resources, scrolls, arrows, throwables, camp supplies. We don't have any, that's good. Weapon common? No. It's also not common. What I'm looking for is alchemy, ingredients. No. That's weird. Because once you press that one, yeah, you get all of the ingredients sorted. But then I have that thing which weighs still heavy on me, and I don't know what to do about that. I have an awful lot of those things on me. There. No, wait, that's just a satchel. Looks like that one here, right? But it's a consumable item for war purposes. Interesting, interesting, interesting. How am I gonna do that though? That will be a problem in the future. I know it. I absolutely know it. So, anyway, we got all of the other thingies sorted. Yes. Okay. Our inventory is good. Everything is good. Now, only thing I need to do now is do a level up, and then I can rest for a moment. Okay. Of course, our own level up might be a bit more tricky. So let's level up. Wait a minute. I have to level up all the others. Can I actually right-click, examine, attack? Yeah, that's actually quite a problem. I cannot level up the other characters because reasons. Oh, look at this. There's some alchemy stuff in there. That's me actually, so pick it up. So now question, does it sort itself? No, it doesn't. Alchemical solutions. Okay, what can we... Cam supply? No. Scrolls, potion. Alchemical solutions, ingredients. H. Yeah, now we can extract a bit more. Perfect. Nothing. What about that one? Buckets. Yeah, that thing exists too. Oh, and soul coins. Ooh. Right. And silver ingot is also very, very important. What about this one? Bloodstone. Don't know. Looks very valuable, so let's do that this way. Now we can sort that by type and everybody's happy. Okay, have to do a little bit more management here, and then I can level up Karlak and whatnot. It's kind of iffy that you cannot level up the companions that are not in your current squad. Wee bit weird. Yeah, that's that one. So, okay, the coins are over here. What's that? Oh. That's, pawn, silver ingot goes over here. Then we may not need that there. If I am a very valuable item, where would I be? There. A bloodstone. Oh. Nice. I think that is pretty much it. Yes. Now the big question is, how do I search for equipment, potions, scrolls, throwables, alchemy pouch. No, it just shows me the pouch. Ingredient. No. I mean, we can search for names like dagger root or whatever. Alchemical ingredient. Chemist's fire or this one. You can only search for the name of it. So we can look for like ashes. Right. But these are all the ashes of all the sources or whatever. So that's a bit iffy. So what could I do? What could I do? What could I do? If I were to... Yeah, wait a minute. What would happen if I throw multiple items out about in the wilderness? What would happen then? Like, let's say this water thingy and this thing, right? And then we are just going to throw that out here. Oh. Okay. And then it just gets picked up. Ooh. Very interesting. So you pick it up, but then it gets sorted, see? Like, we throw this out, and then we pick it up. And then it gets placed in the alchemist's pouch the way it is supposed to be. So what you have to do is, like, throw the items out. But then you have to pick them up all one after another. And then they get sorted in the inventory properly. But there's no way for you to do the sorting like this, and then it gets automatically moved into the pouch over here. Or maybe we can... Nah, no such thing. There should be a special sort by type kind of thing. Or like, you already have an alchemist's pouch. Why can't it just contain all of the alchemist's resources? That would be sweet. And that one. That was the ball. The thing is also, how would you know what is an alchemist's resource and what is not? Are the resources, ingredients, always at the bottom? Or could they also be somewhere? Purple flourage, I don't know where to and how to use that. Whatever. And just sort that by type and we should be good. Perfect. Nice. Alright, now, I said something about leveling up, right? So let's level up. Why can't you level, like... Camp companion. Why can't you level up the companions like this? That would be so much nicer. Attack, throw, talk, right click and level up. Or maybe there should be a little arrow over here. That helps you do leveling up there too. That would be sweet. But okay,